What's up, nerds? Little Big Robots here, once again with a video about a little version of a big robot. In this case, a big stompy thing. I have to say right from the get-go, I have no idea what the hell this is, or how it works, or why. And that is why I like it. This is why I like Kotobukiya's Hexa gear. This is to keep in the tradition of strange names. This is Hexa gear's the Highttracer. I guess because it's sitting up high. Might have some tracer bullets going. If you don't know what tracer bullets are, maybe I'll put a little clip of a video here. And this is really, let me turn that a little bit. It's a great big box. These are not inexpensive. Kotobukiya's products are usually pretty pricey for what they are. Well, I don't want to say for what they are, I guess for just kind of plastic model kits. But that can be deceptive because you get a ton of cool things in it. You get a ton of cool parts. As I always say with Kotobukiya, Hexa gear, any of the other well, most of the other products, I guess, you are buying into a wonderful, a really wonderful system of parts that you can combine together. Let me grab some and I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to move all this to the side temporarily. This is what you have left over. So let me pull this stuff out real quick, and I'm going to show you just some of the things that I have that I'm waiting to work with. Let me actually set this to the side as well. Let me just pick this up right here. And I'm going to keep out those, put this here, put them right here, so I'm going to put this right here. One of the cool things about Hexa gear is when you buy the big stuff, the big boxes, you feel like you're getting a big box of stuff. It's really, really cool. So after you're done assembling this massively strange creature walker thing, which I'll go over in just a moment, you are getting lots of little leftover parts that you can use in alternative versions of the build, or because the system is modular, you can use on other Hexa gear builds, creations, whatever you want to call them. So when I'm done with something like this, I take the parts, I set them right here, and then I take my Hexa gear box. This is when I'm starting to overflow a bit, and this is from the oh, what's it called? The steel ring, which I'll show in a moment. These are some leftover bits of governors, and then you have starting to overflow with amazing extra parts. And so I put all that in here. Again, I need to break it down, make it a little bit smaller so that it can all fit in there. Put that away back on my shelf, and everything is good. So you're left with a ton of small parts that, although I don't have the time to work on as much right now, I don't have the time to do customs as much as I used to. It's getting to the point that I'm getting so many cool parts and leftover bits that I really should work on some custom stuff. One of my only problems with Hexa gear is that it doesn't have any English at all in the instructions. There might be a little bit, I think, on the lore stuff. I'd have to look again, which is a bit of a shame. There it is, combining with the steel ring, which I will show some from the steel ring here in a moment. I want you to see what my plans are for some stuff. I mean, look at that. That's combined it with a bulk arm. Excuse me, absolutely ridiculous. Over the top. Why is this designed this way? Why does it look this way? So basically, it's just a go-kart, a little sitting area. By the way, you get some cool little nice little effect parts in there, with some robot arms here, little spindly guys that I believe you can burn out. Now, I forgot to add that this is the quickly built version. I have so many model kits and stuff that I've got to review. I'm trying to keep up about a month's worth of videos. That's about 12 videos up on the site, up on YouTube all the time, on my channel. So these are built quickly. So I just snap them out. You're going to see a lot of little nub marks and stuff. Forgive me for that, but I kind of like that as well, because when you build it quickly, you can show people what this might look like if they built it quickly. So this is really strange to see. It's an odd choice in design. I don't know what they're smoking over there at Kotobukiya headquarters, but I always love what you end up getting. You get just a really strange amalgamation of parts and stuff that in real life you often see tools, farming equipment, construction equipment especially, and military weapons that are kind of strange. Like, what is that? How would that work? What's it for? And it makes you kind of go, what were they thinking? But there is a specific purpose to how they designed something. So this, for example, is one of the legs. Again, you can see some of the little nub marks, but not too bad. It has these amazing little detail parts that you get in all of Kotobukiyo's products, which is one of the reasons they're pretty pricey, is you get a ton of cool details. But then you get weird little design decisions like these don't actually roll, but I kind of like that because they can hold in place if you ended up using it. You get these strange little feet things here that you can use as like a hook foot when it's extended. But you get these great little engineering moments in all of Hexa gear that just kind of go, oh, that's really just fun to play with. Like, this is basically just a hinge that folds it on itself, and you fold the part up there, and then you can lay those down, and then you can set this down, you know, as a stiff component and like more like a car vehicle, a moving, you know, smaller vehicle. They show how to do it in the book. I'm not going to build all of these because that takes a lot of time. Then you have these interesting, you'll have these interesting little moments like, let me see if I can get it open here. I think you take this off. How do I do it? You take, there you go. Pop these up like this, and you get this really, really cool surprise arm. So I'm looking at the instructions, you know, the instruction manual, and they'll give you some options for customization, but not a ton. So what you end up getting is just an interesting toolkit for making other versions of this line. And that's kind of ballsy because what they're doing is, in a way, they're giving you a toy line where you could have one, a model kit, whatever, you could have just one of these and customize the hell out of it and play with it so much and make it into all this different cool stuff because it is so modular. So that's kind of gutsy on their part. In other words, it doesn't seem like it would really be the best, it would be a good value for you as the purchaser, but as the seller, you'd want to sell more of these, not less. So I like that they give you so much in one pack. So that's really where the cost, it's pretty pricey. That's really where it comes from. So I guess the idea is basically you're going to have it hooked up like that, and then you can have all the legs flat. The governor, which is the pilot, is what they call their pilots in Hexa gear, in case you didn't know that, would sit right there in the front. See if I can get him without losing. This is my classic governor that just loses his hands and his head at the drop of a hat. So you can stick him in there like that, pull down the thing, and he can drive it. You can mount all that. You have these arms, these silly arms. You have this part that pops up here. You can mount. I believe this is for combination with the steel rein. That really interesting. I think this needs to go down first, and then that part. Let's see here. Can I fold that up? I think I fold these down. There we go. Fold it like that, and then bam. Maybe these got to be up too. Like that. You can fold them forward. And already, just as I'm playing with that, without consulting the book, because I didn't look at it, I'm already seeing all these neat little additional parts or things that I can do just because of those little add-ons there. Like, oh, cool, I can mount this and I can do that. One of my only issues is that when you're mounting these legs on here, you're mounting it on essentially, if you look there, it's just a small, almost a go-kart sized box. And there's no explanation of where does the power come from? You know, it's very fantastical in that way, Hexa gear. It does some really interesting design things, but it also makes you completely suspend your disbelief because you're going, well, how the hell would that even blah, blah, blah. And what's really strange about this part, and I almost broke it, I could be seeing something wrong here. When you disassemble it, you're supposed to, I thought what you could do is you could attach the leg and just rotate it where you want. But it's stuck to the square peg, so you can't do it there. That is a Hexa peg, so you can't rotate it that way. You can do this, and I believe that's it. So it's always stuck at one of the 6 of positions or whatever it is on the Hexa thingy. Is that what it is? 6? 5? Wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, my brain is melting. You have 5. So you kind of have to mount it in place and leave it there. But of course you can bend these in any way you want. So you can make it kind of in different positions that way while this stays static. So you can see I can do all that. But that felt a little strange to me that it wasn't just a, maybe I'm seeing something wrong, and I would not doubt that I am. Somebody in the comments can point that out to me. But you've got this really just an interesting build that makes you go, this is absolute chaos. Like, who is designing this weird stuff? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Is that another reverse one? It's right here. Why does it have, oh, and these do connect here in the center. I've got to do that. Why do these have treads in the back but wheels in the front? It's just kooky as you could get. Like, it's just like, what are they doing? But I absolutely love that, because sometimes you see, like I was saying earlier, you see real life creations. Go look up road laying equipment they use to lay down roads and stuff, how it's automated. Not automated, but a person will drive the tractor or whatever the heck you'd call it to lay the roads. And it just has these really weird tread layers and stuff. It's a really strange. Go look at a bridge building equipment. Yeah, something like that. It goes together. I think these snap. There we go. Oh, that was much easier than I thought it would be. Let's see. Right here. So let's do this here. Something like that. So now you've got a flat version. That alone, if you look at it, minus the section, but let's say nobody's going to sit there, you could use that as a base for a really, really cool creation, whatever it is. Speaking of that, I wanted to show why I'm really excited for it. By the way, you get this cool barrel and some of these extended arms here. You up in here, you'll see stored little components and stuff. So I haven't yet started customizing Hexa gear. I missed a customization contest on the Facebook group. It's one of the only good uses for Facebook is groups like that. So I'm really, I think it's about time I customize. And this one and the next one I'm going to show you is, they look cool on the shelf because they're huge. I reviewed this one, the Steel Rain as well, if you want to go back in my videos and look that up. They look cool on the shelf. They're nice and big and walker looking stuff, but they're not super sturdy as a stand and stuff. They're kind of finicky and they're a little bit trembly and not real sturdy. So I thought, you know, man, it's time that I combine this Steel Rain with something. You could easily see, and Steel Rain has all these great parts. I think that just comes right off. No, it's connected, but you could take that, mount it there. You could follow the steps in the suggested steps for it, but honestly, you could just, when you see all these cool parts, this is an arm, so that if you reverse it, it's actually the gun. So the arm is on the back of the gun. I'm not a big gun guy, as I always say, but these parts are so ridiculous. And you have this wicked sliding, how does it come out? Oh, it's supposed to slide there. I accidentally took it off. So that goes there. Let's do this again. And it slides forward. This comes up, pilot seat there. You know, and you can put a clear version on here. It's just got, they just give you so many cool parts that it really is a shame that I haven't done more customization or blending of kits. And I think that these two, I'll probably do that. And then I've got this, which was fun to get. I just found it at my local hobby store. That's cool. It says English instructions available. This is really just kind of like a very particular expansion pack thing, but I just was like, man, I love just the extra little parts they give you. So look at all these cool parts. You can make like a certain kind of like a little bear creature thing, but not only that, you get all these cool parts and something like this, but that combined with my box of really, really cool parts, I think I'm pretty confident I can make something really cool with this, and I'm really excited to do that. So dun dun dun, that's going to be super fun. If I get a custom made of it, I'm sure I'll be posting pictures on my Twitter and on my YouTube's community page if you want to check that out. But keep an eye out for this one. If you want to get it, it is not cheap. But as I always say with Hexa gear, you might be getting one particular cool model, but everybody knows that with these things, as soon as you get into me, like, these are built for customizing, for morphing, for combining, for making big, giant, silly robots. I mean, what is this thing? Like, it's so ridiculous, but that's what's so cool about Kotobukiya Hexa gear stuff. It's just outrageous. I love it. So wish me luck. I think I'm going to be building something out of this. I would like to build a walker, kind of a robot thing that was more solid, more sturdy, to where I could set it down like a toy, like the bulk arms, and just have it sitting there and you can pick it up and play with it. It's just really fun. So love it. Go get the Highttracer if you want another crazy kit like this to combine together to make one. Have a good day, everybody. I'll talk to you later.